Hello everybody. Sorry, but I had some problems, and actually I was transmitting. I did a whole stream without having anybody to watch it. So yeah, uh, I'll be starting right now. So what I wanted to show you today is this my new system that I'm actually using right now. I'm trying to make. And this is a virtual production system that can be used for integrating real persons into scenes in Unity. This is a pretty how to say, simple system. If you have watched my previous streams, you have probably noticed that I already showed this train scene, but I was using lightning that was coming from a projector. In this case, I decided to make some changes to my system, and I have programmed my DMX lights to project lightning onto my face and my body, as those lights behave also in a scene in Unity. So actually what I'm doing here is that I'm having few lights. I will show you right now. This is my scene. This is my studio. And you can see here right now that there are two lights, and there is a third light that can be seen, that are synchronized to Unity. And Unity sends OSC messages to DMX controller, and DMX controller turns on and changes colors of lights based on lighting in the scene. So yeah, and the effect is mostly this one. Of course, I will be trying to improve it, because right now I have only 3 lights. The best setup would be having something like 6, yeah, probably 12 lights. Some lights from above, some lights from below, and then all around from this perspective of a camera. Then I have here in front of me one Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. That is a really good camera because it has a incredible image quality. And then I'm using also the green screen behind me, as you can see here. But when you look at this green screen, I'm just using one light here that is illuminating this green screen. I can turn it off, yeah. So you can see that it tries to illuminate this green screen, but it isn't completely perfect. And there comes my new system for chroma keying that I'm using actually. And this system is pretty powerful because it can deal with many things that are pretty complex to deal in chroma keying. without casting any green screen. For example, this is a simple bottle, but this bottle is always problematic to show in on a green screen. Also, I can use, for example, glass, simple glass, and that it should look pretty okay. And also with glasses, it works perfectly with any glasses, you know. So I was working lately on this system because I really needed it to create some interactions with Unity scenes. As you also can see, I have some reflections in on this part of a wall, and also some lighting effects that can be done. Of course, if I move here, I disappear. So it's like, oh no, it's not okay. But actually, idea is to fake some real presence in a virtual scene. So I just won't be doing this. Okay. Well, I did it. Ah! No, sorry. So yeah, this is what I'm doing actually right now. Probably some of you expected that I will be doing my movie, and but I will be doing in some of my new streams. As I wanted to finish this thing because I had some requests for this type of things. Yeah. So idea is to simulate global illumination also in real scene, so that it can work. Yeah, I can show you if you haven't already seen her, but this is model that I'm using for to be able to test lighting, because when you're working all by yourself, you aren't able to test some things like lighting and things like that. And also you have to watch how a hair behaves. For example, here you can see it, and how it behaves with a chroma key. So yeah, this is mostly this scene. So I will be just switching and going to my computer and trying to figure out, just to show you how everything is, how this scene is done. So you can see right now that we have video stream from wait a second. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, probably. Right now we have here a scene, and we have here what camera sees, and I'm placing camera vertically. Sorry. Placing camera vertically, so that that I can have more resolution for my scene. And this, yeah, I will show you some effects that can be done with this chroma key system that are pretty advanced. For example, normal chroma keying mostly is pretty difficult to do good chroma key. I have made a system that actually, for example, for this example, like my scene, can capture before working with a chroma key. It can capture some uh, how to say only a green screen, so that when we have then to render it, it will completely eliminate that scene, and it works pretty well. Also, it has some features that are. I'll show you how a normal green screen would look, something like this. That you have everything around person that is green, and then I don't know, something like that. This is many times a problem that you have that you are finishing something like that. I have this fact that simply cancels everything that is green on the borders, and then it treats like hair with smooth transitioning and everything like that. I'm still working on some new tricks for this, for example, that yeah. Let me see how it looks with lightning. For this, for example, that yeah. Let me see. Yeah, you can see that when light comes in, everything behaves pretty. Of course, this this object is just two planes, and it can cast also some shadows. This object is just two planes. Do something that are probably, but this way you can place this character inside the Unity scene and maybe even have some shadows from it. And when you have a possibility to choose where it should be seen, it works pretty fine. So yeah, this is my upcoming Unity plugin that I will be releasing pretty soon, I hope. And it's based just for like adding this system. It also has a webcam, real-time webcam preview, so you don't have to enter into play mode to fix all the issues. And yeah, for example, here is a texture that I'm using, for example, for canceling everything that is outside of the frame. And yeah, mostly it works perfectly. Of course, it has a standard rendering type that is shown here, and this is this type. So this, for example, doesn't take into account imperfections of a green screen. But at this moment, I think that it's really important to have something that can work well with static cameras, with for everyone that wants to use to create something in Unity for this type of things, but without going into a big studio where you have perfect lit green screen. For this type of things. So here everything isn't perfect, but it's important that it works. Of course, I can clean even this type of normal green screen also. You can see, for example, of course, here I'm zooming in, but you can see that all hair strands are visible. Yeah, of course. I have here some problems, so I would actually have to fix few of them, but yeah. Idea is to also to have more colors to choose from, and I will be having something like plan is to have 2056 colors to choose from to key out, so it should be uh, pretty incredible in this way. So that it can actually key out everything, any problems. So yes, this is key out everything, any problems. Okay. So yes, this is okay. Okay. So one question. Oh wait. Okay. So one question. I'm unable to show it. I want to show this question to on my screen, but it's unable to do it right now. Okay, the question is, hi, is it possible to make interaction with objects, animate 3D objects according to Chroma key character movement? No, for a moment. The question is, for a moment, no. No, because it would require some object tracking and things like that. But I'm actually, when I'm using this, I'm planning to use Vive trackers. So with Vive trackers, you could actually interact with things. And I will be probably using also my Manus Glow for some interaction, but you have to implement this thing separately, of course, because a normal camera can't resolve any 3D space. So this is a pretty normal thing that happens. Yeah, it's not possible. And at the moment, it happens. Who knows? But sorry, I have here some problems. If there are any questions, sorry, I have here some problems. Okay. If there are any questions, Yeah. So right now I have managed to show a comment, but yeah, it's too late. So yeah, for any tracking things like that, you have to go to something more advanced. But it's actually I don't think that it's yeah, it will be needed for some other type of applications where you have interaction things like no, not not when you have interaction, when you're using augmented reality. But when you're doing something like this, you are probably doing something for for TV or for streaming, and you actually don't need it so much. You can just fake it. You always have to think about what is the simplest way to do something or to fake something else. So, if I'm placing, for example, in this case, because you can see that this is just a plane, I would just place a tracker on my feet so that when I'm moving in a VR, I will place a Vive tracker so that when I'm moving in VR, that this body moves with me, so that it locates a position. And then I would use some other trackers to recalculate position of for example, my hand. So if I'm holding another tracker in my hand, it will be just understanding where it is. So for interactions like in these cases, it should be pretty enough. So for interactions like in these cases, it should be pretty enough. We suppose you have everything you need. How long it takes to finish all cutscenes for a project? Sorry, I didn't get this one. Can you explain a little bit more? For what project? I didn't get this one. Can you explain a little bit more? For what okay, project? I will be waiting. No, sorry, I didn't get it. It's like if you're giving, like. No, sorry. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I didn't get this question. Depends. I think that it always depends what is the complexity of the project and what are the needs of some project. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I get it right. I hope. I don't know. But not sure. I'm not sure if I get it right. I hope. I don't know. So yeah, this is my chroma key. I think that I will be. Oh, guys, sorry if someone has have waited for this stream to. Oh, guys, sorry if someone has because I started doing this stream and for some reason YouTube didn't put it online. I have programmed it, and I have also placed start stream, and then it went off. I have programmed it, and I have also placed start stream, and then it went off. When do you plan to release the plugin? Actually, I'm planning to release it really, really soon. So right now I'm just first version will be a beta version, probably without some features. Like for example, that one that I said, 2,256 sampling points. But yeah, I will be. I hope that I will be finishing it next week. So from next week, you can expect it to be no. Then you have to wait a few more days that Asset Store approves it, and then it will be online. I hope. I hope so. So yeah, I think that it should be pretty fast, available pretty soon. So yeah, I think that it should be pretty fast, available pretty soon. Blackbird, you have to create 2 hours cutscene for a game. Oh my god, 2 hours cutscene for a game. It also depends what type of a game, you know. When you're creating cutscenes for, I don't know, it also depends what type of a game, you know. Yeah, it really depends what is the quality. I actually, when I'm working, and this is my, when you're working for clients, the best way for, that I think that is the best way mostly, is to ask what is the budget. So if you have a triple A budget, you know that you will have to work many hours. So quality equals mostly time. You know, like if you have to do something that is done well, you have to spend a lot of time, or to have many people to work. But it's also a time. So 2 hours project is of a cutscenes is more work than a movie, almost. If you have to animate everything well, and everything, if everything has to be done perfectly, of course, then you can say, okay, I'm not doing something in a perfect way, and we don't need it in a perfect way. We don't need it done well. No, not done well, because you can always find ways to optimize things. So you can maybe say, oh, I don't want my persons that are speaking there to have facial animation, or just opening mouth based on a sound, based on the intensity of a sound, not doing any like mouth complicated about animation. So yeah, but it really depends, you know. Like in some cases, but 2 hours is a big job. Always, always. Depends, you know. Like in some cases. James, thank you very much. I hope that it can inspire somebody, because this is the main reason why I'm doing auto streams. And I hope that yeah, I like to share my knowledge with other persons. Doing auto streams. And yeah, I like to share my knowledge with other persons. Well, the idea actually, my idea was when I started to work with this green screen thing, was just to give some ability to really stimulate new workflows, like this, like adding real persons, maybe in a 3D scenes, and things like that. So yeah, actually, in some ways it could be it could be a viable way. Also, for example, I actually think that in the near future, this way of working, like combining 2D characters and 3D scenes, will become much more largely accepted. This wasn't something that was done really much, I think. So, as I recall, I never saw it. I, don't, I didn't saw it. So this could be a viable way, but you have to understand that also doing a character work with real actors has its cost. Sometimes it could be even major than doing 3D character. You know, with pre-made animations, with things like that. So, yeah, if you have, but maybe for some indie work and so some things, it could be a viable way. Yeah, if you have, you could actually do it. Some things, it could be a viable way. Of course, there is a smaller problem, probably, that you have to transmit video has a bigger impact on the file size, so you should be probably streaming it. Yeah, streaming should be problematic thing, probably. Or you have to incorporate your videos, because if you're going with low resolution video, it always look. You can't even do a good chroma key, for example. Because if you're going with low resolution video, it always look. You can't even do a good chroma key, for example. So I think that if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them, and if you don't, I will be going to sleep. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer. It's right now 3:20 a.m. In Italy, where I am at the moment. So yeah, I think that I will have to go probably to sleep. But let me know if you have any questions. I'm here right now, and I'm waiting a few moments for them. let me know if you have any questions. I'm here right now, and I'm waiting a few moments. Okay, yeah. In the meantime, I could speak a little bit more about it. Actually, you see right now that I'm using this Chroma keying system, but I have also what is nice about this is that I can have reflections and reflections and shadows. And I'm doing here one small trick that is implemented into my system, so that you can place your materials and different type of materials. So my chroma key isn't using shader for every plane that is set here, every material, but it just assigns those textures to existing materials. So this means that you can use combine some do some tricks that are pretty advanced. For example, if you're working with Unity or any other real-time graphic software, you will probably know that the materials that are transparent, shows like that, that are transparent doesn't reflect, for example, in a screen space reflection. They also can't cast shadows. So this is called in Unity classical. Sorry, let me see here. Okay, classical fade material or transparent material. Fade material is one that is mostly used with alpha channels, and it won't be reflected. It won't even support, for example, depth of field. You can see right now that depth of field, it takes here depth of field of a background object. But then I'm actually adding just one another plane here in front of this plane, so you can see it right now. You can see that there are two planes, okay? And this plane has a cutout shader. The cutout shaders eventually are supporting all those things like reflections, or as you can see right now, if I activate this cutout shader, I will have a reflection here in this zone, but if I don't activate it, I won't be here. So I'm combining these two materials, so I'm having one over the other, so that this gives me reflection, the refraction, and blocks depth of field. You can see here it's wrong. Depth of field is wrong here with a transparent object. If I activate this object below, it will be correct because it will take a depth of this transparent object. And this is a great trick to use everywhere where you can where you can. If you need some good transparency that is supported with other. If you need some good transparency that is supported. The woman. Okay, let me show you. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. If we have any questions, I can answer them. If we don't, I will be going to sleep. If we have any questions, I can. Thank you for coming, and in tomorrow maybe. Even after that, I will be doing some other streams by coming back to my movie. Tomorrow, maybe. I took a week off, actually, because no, it was 1 week of research that I had to make because I had to learn some things, some new things. Don't forget, when you're doing this job, you always have to learn things. So it's really important to give you some time when you're doing this job. You always have to try out new things and to. It's really important to give you some time to keep yourself with new technologies because they are mostly many times those things are important as they are really really inspiring. And inspiration comes always from a work, from hard work. I don't believe in people that say, I don't have inspiration, I don't have. No, inspiration comes, if you don't have inspiration, it's probably because you're not working enough. When you start working, you will get inspiration. And this is the thing that I think is pretty important in life, in profession, especially if this profession is something that you have choose because you like it, you know, like. And I think that probably everybody that does this profession or gaming in or 3D had has a passion for this, but sometimes it's hard to start doing things, and probably sometimes even it's hard to do things because think that you aren't able. I thought many times like that, like, this is something that I can't do now because I'm not still capable of doing. But at the end, I think that it's much better to just to try to do it. Okay, and think always I'm able to do those things, and I have to do. Yeah. So forgive me this lesson, and I have to do. And hope to see you soon. So forgive me this lesson. Thank you, James. Thank you, Gilo Bike. How do I say this? Blackbird. I hope that, yeah, that you had a great time, and as I had. Thanks for interacting with me, and if you like this video, put a like under it, or share it, or do everything what you want. If you don't like it, trash it. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye. Have a nice night, day, or whatever. Thank you, guys. Bye. Have a nice night, day, or